On this trip, I'm heading to the East Kootenays for my last week of September annual trip for whitetail bucks. Not only is the opportunity for whitetail bucks in this area, but there's also black bear and good potential for bull elk as well. Super excited to be able to take the trailer and go hang out up in the woods for this week. Just got about an 8-hour drive from home to get to the spot where I parked the trailer and started hunting. Well, as it turns out, fate's parked me in one of my hunting spots. Made it about 2.5 hours from home, blew out a tire on the trailer, put my spare on, thinking I could make it to the next town, get another tire and continue on, and my spare tire was almost completely flat, so I turned around and headed back and couldn't find any stores open, so I figured I would just air up my spare and then continue on. Managed to get back into town and get my spare aired up, and notice this. And where I am, there are no tire shops open on Saturday, which is what today is, so we're gonna hang out in an RV park and do some hunting around here for a couple days. So I'm just getting ready to head out into my third spot for today. Driving up here, seeing a couple of bears. Bear with 2 cubs right there. There she goes. 2 little ones. Dang it. So nice to know there's something moving around out here, but instead of just picking one of my spots up here to start hunting, I'm going to do some scouting that I planned on doing a couple weeks from now. I'm going to climb up there and start putting out some game cams. Look for sign. Haven't seen much sign yet. Still pretty dry. They've had a little bit of rain over here, but I'm going to hike up here where I know there's some trails and put at least one game cam up, and then head up the hill a little bit further and hike back into some old clear cuts. See what we can find. Every single one of my game cams on my GPS, so I don't forget where I need to mark, because I have 5 of them. They're going to be scattered all over. So I'm just going to turn this baby on and hopefully we can get a signal there. So one of the things you got to make sure that your game cam, at any time, the sun can never hit the lens, the camera. So it needs to be basically pointed north, which is what we're at here. And then there's some little brush out here. I'm gonna try breaking some of that down. That wind moving that little bush right there will trigger the game cam. You'll end up with 500 pictures or videos of nothing, empty. Well, I walked all the way up to near the top of that trail. I don't know where that trail comes out. It goes way the heck up there. But I seen a little bit of bear sign up here, but there's not much. Doesn't look like there's much moving around. A little bit of deer sign, a couple of elk tracks, but I'm not seeing anything that I'm getting excited about yet. I thought we were gonna make something happen there, but it was another sow with looked like at least one cub. I can see one for sure, but she wasn't even bothered by me at all. It was weird. This seen her the second time when I stepped forward there a little bit, and then she actually walked toward me instead of on that little hump there where she could see better. And the cub just stayed right there. She was quite calm. It's pretty unusual. That one we seen down below today, that one was hauling ass. Well, it's Sunday morning, just getting ready to head back into one of my whitetail spots. Taking a heavy pack with me this morning. I did a little bit of scouting here around the beginning of September. Over on that far side, there's a trail that goes up that hill and ended up right up on top there, about middle frame. but I couldn't access the top of this. From Google Earth, it looks like there's just a bunch of kind of rolling, timbered, filled draws and stuff up there. And I know later in the year the deer kind of migrate down off there, so I was hoping to get up in there, but I couldn't get from that side, so we're gonna swing around this side. This is what this whole side looks like. I don't know if you can see through the trees or not, but it's just rock face all the way across here. And this, it's about 6 foot high and impossible. So I'm gonna head on out of here and maybe throw up a game cam on the way out. Go check another spot because I'm not getting up on top from this side either. I just spent a little bit of time scouting some new areas. Threw up a couple more game cams, looking for sign, trying to figure out a place that it might make sense to spend some time, but just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot moving around. But there's a ton of grouse this year. Over these next couple days, just spend as much time in the woods as I can, looking around, trying to create some opportunity. So it's just starting to get shooting light. I just worked my way back up into this area where I've got my game cam. That's a whitetail spot. The deer move in here sometime in October. I found this place about 4 years ago, and every time I'm up here in November, there's trails and scrapes all over. I've killed whitetail up here 2 out of the last 3 years that I've been hunting this. But I don't know when they move in here. So since fate has given me an opportunity, I'm going to throw some game cams up and get to know this area a little bit better and know when to start hunting this. So I'm going to leave this game cam here. I'm going to go deploy the other one up the hill a little bit further and look around for a good tree stand tree. So that tree center frame right there is a great tree stand tree. It's not got a lot of taper. It's nice and straight. It's not leaning. There's a trail coming down the hill here. There's a trail coming across here. And there's 2 more trails coming through here. I was just looking around in this spot up here where I just put that other game cam. In a spot I know for a fact the last 3 years that there's been a lot of whitetail moving through. Seen rutting activity. Had lots of deer on the game cams. And there's no indication, there's no sign that they are there at all. So I'm just wondering how many of these places that I've been to right now, the end of September, might in fact hold animals other times of the year, and they don't leave enough sign while they're there to be able to recognize if they're ever there. Well, as you can tell, the weather dried up. Just gonna hike back in by where I got my game cams, and that spot looked like for bear. But I was looking at this on Google Earth, and there's another pond just up behind the trees up there from where I parked the truck. All my rain gear is black. I didn't figure walking around in the woods looking like a black bear during black bear season would be smart, so I just threw some high-vis orange on, or my brothers and sisters in the States blaze orange. But I'm gonna hike in the rain or sit in the truck, so there we go. I just got back out from back over in there, sitting in my tree stand. I seen one of the biggest whitetail bucks I've seen in a really long time, just right over here, probably 100 yards from the truck this morning. And Found this just now and was looking around for a spot for my tree stand. So would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here's this is from the spring, looks like. It's in pretty good shape, and there's not too many squirrels up here. It's pretty cool. Still some big boys left wandering around up here. Look, I seen more deer today along the highway out in the woods than I have all week put together, so maybe these storms are getting things moving around. But I don't know any other place better than this. It's about a mile from that pond with the bears. I seen the buck here this morning, doe down the hill here. When I was walking around back here by this other pond, seen a little bit more sign. There's some trails and stuff coming through there, so let's head back to the tree stand.
There we go.
Holy cow. How's this thing fit in my playroom?
Is that big or what?
Yeah, I'm just going to see if this fits.
It's got the next trip.